Hi everyone, this is the Queen Bee coming at you, and today I'm going to be making this really cool beaded component, and you can adapt yours to do anything you like. You make a bracelet or whatever. I'm making mine into a pendant. So I'm going to use my gold-plated treasure beads just for an accent, and there's my cabochon that I'll be using. It's pretty small. It's about 1 centimeter by 1.5 centimeters, and some sand opal bicones, 4mm Swarovski. Those will be used later on. And I've got some 3mm Swarovski white opal AA. Try saying that 3 times fast. As well as my 15s for the project would be these rosaline beads. I'll be using some Nymo in like a blue color. And I'll be using a John James short needle. Very, very good. You'll see why a short needle is almost essential for a project like this. And of course, I'll be using, for the main beads, I'll be using these kind of really cool blue denim kind of color Toho treasures. And of course, you'll need a pair of scissors, like you just saw me pick up. I'm just cutting my length of Nymo. I'm going to spread my needle and all that stuff. There we go. Surely I will get it threaded, I swear to you. But I hope you all are doing great today. I'm up early to finish this video for you because we've been so busy. So I've been not as prolific with my videos as I would like. Okay, there we go. I'm going to dump out some beads, and we're going to get ready for some shaped peyote stitch. It's not going to be an entirely different thing than what we did in my previous video with the earrings, except this will be shaped but flat, not 3D. Alright, so I'm just going through all of my beads here. I think there are 16 of them. It's going to depend on what you need for your stone, but it needs to be divisible by 2, just so you're aware. And so you just go through them all again, make a round. And I'm just going through a few to close up the circle. Alright, so I'm picking up 2 treasures, and I'm going to go through the next bead. I'm not skipping one, I'm going through the very next one. You're going to see me stop and take a picture of it right now. Don't worry, you'll see the pictures in a little bit. But I just wanted it to be clear right from the beginning. Alright, take a picture. Come on. Chop, chop. Now we're going to do regular peyote. And because my cab is a rectangle, I'm going to have to do slightly 2 short sides and 2 long sides, as you might obviously understand. So I think I'm going to do right now the next pair of beads. So that'll be the short side. Yep, there's 2 beads. I'm going to go through the next bead. I'm not going to skip one like with peyote. And the trick with this is getting your pair of beads to sit flat, kind of like, well, that is a herringbone variation. So that's always the trick when you're doing that. All right, so I'm adding a bead, skipping through the next, and if I'm not mistaken, I add 2 beads on the long side, and then we do another corner. I think. All right. Let's go. All right, so I'm adding another bead, single one. So we're doing regular peyote right now. Eventually we will just revert into peyote in the round, so it won't be so bad for all this like weird changing of stitches and all that. None of that. Okay. Now I'm going to need to add my last bead and step up into that corner. Eventually. There we go. There, now it's starting to look like a rectangle a bit. There we go. Alright, so there's my first pair of beads that I added in the very beginning. And I'm coming out. So that's what it looks like. I did 2 beads on the long side, 1 bead on the shorts, and 2 between 1 bead. Well, a pair of beads. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Thank goodness I took all these pictures, right? So in the corners, in between the pairs, I'm adding 1 bead for the moment. Okay? And I'm stepping up again, and it's getting bigger, bigger, bigger. Now I'm going to add 3 beads in my corners because I need a little more growth in this rectangle. This is all just going to fit on the back of the stone. So there I am. I'm going to add 1 bead over top of the middle bead in the corner. And we're getting there now. We don't need to make this much bigger. So I'm just putting the stone on top to see kind of the general scale of things, and I'm going to need a couple more rounds before I can start turning it into a cup. Alright, so that's what I'm doing in this image. So I'm just carrying on as I would. Don't worry, there's no more sneaky little adding 3 in the corner. I just need to do that the one time. So I think this is where I don't need to grow the shape anymore. I think it's done. Alright, we are back in reality. So here I am, picking up a bead, going through the next one, peyote stitch. Alright, I've sped myself up a little bit at this point because you really don't need to see me doing this in real life. I'm going to go around a couple of times, and when you stop going from a shaped stitch, like in this case a rectangle, you just you'll start seeing when you add a bit of tension to your work that you will start forming a cup, which is exactly what you want. See how it's starting a cup now? There you go. So I'm stepping up now. Then we just keep adding beads one at a time. One at a time. Now it's clear. It should be clear which beads you go through and where the next ones you add will go in and click into place. This process would be a lot more confusing if you're using a rocaille instead of a cylinder type bead. Okay. Alright. So I am back now. And I've got a couple of rounds of beads that are going to start cupping up the sides of the kyanite. I'm going to start pulling and adding more tension to it. And then I'm going to go round and round. That's what I'm doing here with my finger. We're just going to go in the round now. No more square stuff. So there's the picture of how it's starting to cup around the shape. Okay, here's another row. See, it doesn't take much. especially when you're working with a little cab like this. You don't need that much, that many beads. There's my first row of gold accent beads, and I'm gonna add another. There it is. And then I'm gonna add a row of 15s to finish in that cinching. There they are. And like you might remember from my previous video, if you watched it, to create extra stability, I'm going through all of these 15s without adding anything. And that's going to really kind of give the piece more strength, and it'll give the beads more of a shape like that. It looks more like a rectangle now, right? That's just from going through those 15s once and pulling nice and tight. Okay, now we're at the embellishment phase, which is nice and straightforward. You've seen me do this before. Even in the previous video, you saw me do this. It's a very useful thing to know. So I'm using my sand opal 4mm crystals and my AAB white opal 3mm bicones. I'll use those last. I'm going to start with the big 4mm ones. Funny to say that 4mm is big, isn't it? So I'm bringing my thread out towards the bottom there, you see? I'm going to add a bicone and a 15, like that. And then I will go through just the bicone, skip over the 15 so that it doesn't fall off the thread. Okay, there, and I'm going through the next treasure that's right next, well, across, I guess, from the one I was coming out of, so that it's in a straight line. And then you just proceed to add the next 4mm. So 4mm bicone, 15, skip the 15, go back through the 4mm, and then come out, put your needle through the bead across from it so that it's straight. That's how you get a straight round of embellishment rather than kind of a line that won't meet up at the end. There we go. That's what happens when you don't hold the beads at the base, where you want them to be. There we go. So a bicone and a 15. Bring them all the way down. Go through the bicone, through the bead, right to it. See? Just like so. And you're going to do that for the entire circumference of your piece, or round of your piece, whatever you want to think of it as, all the way around. So here I am going through my bicone and through the last bead of the round. That's all I have left to go through. That's also the first bead that I was coming out of. And now I am going to do the reinforcing process. So I'm going through a 15 and I'm going to go down through the bicone again. I'm going to do that all the way around because, as you might suspect, the pieces are quite, well, the stone is, or the crystal is kind of flapping in the breeze with just the one go around, so you need to go through at least once more. Yeah, see. That's why we reinforce. Okay. Now, I've sped myself up a little, so you don't need to see me actually reinforcing in reality, because it's basically repeating the same thread path that you just did when you added everything. It's really just doing the same thing again. This is why it's good to have a shorter needle, because your beads are in really close quarters doing this project. So if you had a conventional long beading needle, it would be really, really, really irritating to try and navigate through like one bead at a time in these really close, close quarters. So I would recommend having a supply of short needles on hand for projects such as this, and long ones for when you need to string quite a bit. Go. And even just adding the one round of reinforcement added quite a bit of strength. It all depends on the size of your NYMO if you're using thicker stuff. All right, there it is. And there's the photo of it. Okay, so we're going to start adding our 3mm. See them there? There's 3 of them. So we're just going to go kind of up to a kind of right beneath where that gold accent is, and we're just going to add our beads, our bicones between there, like that. And then you're ultimately finished after you've reinforced those. And for me, here you see I've added a Swarovski rhombus. They call it a rhombus crystal. It's a crystal clear AB, so it's got quite a coating there on the back. And I've just made beaded loops with some 15s, and then I added just jump rings, silver plated jump rings, and then I strung the piece onto a long, like 32-inch length of 0.925 box chain. So I think it's really cool. And there's Sophia. She's always got to be in the videos now. She sees me working on a video. She's like, I want to sit here. I'm the cute one. I do have 2 other cats. Alright, so just to justify how busy we are, I will show you a few pictures of what we've been up to. Alright, so there's a broken pool, a gross pool, from the view of the motel window where we were staying up in the Okanagan of British Columbia, where we are moving to. And there's a highway sign that you can't really see, but you can see that there are trees and it's really nice there. Just ignore the motel. This is my husband. We're drinking a pitcher of sangria, which was delicious. Because we just made a deal for our new place that we're going to be living in. So here he is having his sangria. He loves sangria, and so do I. We were at an Earl's on Highway 97. It was fun. And here we are when we got back into the lower mainland. This is the famous tricolor foam that you get when you get your car washed at the touchless car wash. When you get the deluxe treatment. My car really needed it. It was covered in bugs. It was disgusting. So there's my my Volkswagen steering wheel. And buzz buzz. Here comes the bee. There we go. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I really hope to have a video ready for you soon. Bye!